Okay, so if you are using one of the head turning mechanisms that I sell for your 12-foot tall skeleton, there is a chance that you need to bypass this internal timer functionality on the skeleton. For a variety of technical reasons, sometimes it can cause issues with the servo motor and the head turner getting enough power, and could potentially cause issues with the lighting kit. If you have a lighting kit installed in the chest, it could cause possible issues with the eyes not lighting up right or flashing, and it could cause issues with the head turner not turning smoothly, jittering, stopping and starting again, or just overall getting stuck and not working in a satisfactory manner. If that's the case, you will need to obviously bypass this internal timer system. To do that, with each kit, I am now including this cable and this little adapter, which will come attached to the cable. And all you need to do to install this is to take a drill with a 1/2-inch drill bit and drill a hole on the lower part of the spine here, like this. So if you have a skeleton that is older than last year's model, it should already have this type of cable coming out of the bottom, and the extension cable that I include with the kit will not be necessary to use at all. You can just set it aside, use it for whatever you want to, but it's not necessary for this. If your skeleton already has this type of cable coming out of the bottom, we're just going to drill a hole with a 1/2-inch drill bit and feed the cable from the skeleton right up through here. And then we're going to get our coupler and plug it into here just like that, and then we'll connect our adapter for the skeleton directly into this end of it versus going through the port on the bottom here. That way we'll be bypassing the timer. If you're using this on one of the older skeleton models and you do not have the updated eye kit, then as stated in the original instructions, we're just going to ignore the white wire coming out of the head turning mechanism. If you have put in an updated eye kit or you're using a scary skelly head, then it should come with this extension cable here with a button on the end, and this we can go ahead and feed down through the spine here as well if you would like, or just run it down the back, or if you'd rather, you can also just opt to use the remote that came with it. If you have one of the models that is from, I believe, last year or newer, and it has this type of plug coming out of the end, or coming out of the hips, and has the 3 plugs coming out of the top, basically what we're going to want to do is to take this cable and unravel it, leaving the female end at the top, and we're going to fish this cable the whole way down through the spine, and then we're going to bring this end out of this hole here, which I will do now. Okay, so we've now got this wire running through the spine here. I definitely recommend when you're doing this to hold your skeleton's torso up like this and use gravity to your advantage to let this cord just feed right down through. Once you get this end out of the bottom, verify that it's the male end. We're just going to feed it through our 1/2-inch drilled hole here, like so. And then we're going to get our little coupler here, and obviously I'm doing this one-handed, which is not ideal. But we're just going to go ahead and plug that into this cable here, like that. And we can go ahead and tuck any excess from this end up inside here without letting this go inside. If you want to, you can put a wrap of electrical tape around this to help protect it from the weather, but I've not had any issues thus far. So at this point in time, you can go ahead and assemble your skeleton as normal. Obviously, this plug coming out will not be attached to anything. Just feed it up into the spine and close it down. And then once this is on, we're going to plug our adapter for the skeleton directly into here instead of into here. That way we're just bypassing the timer and the power is going directly up to the head and the eyes. If you're doing this on a skeleton that is last year's model or newer, we're going to bypass all of the internals on this, so there will effectively be nothing to plug into this white cable here. If you have an extra one of these laying around, then of course you can plug it in and use that, but otherwise for the 2024 or newer models, we're going to have to rely on this remote to change the eye functions on the head, because we won't have anything to actually plug into this to manually press a button on. So once again, if it's 2024 or newer, we have to use the remote. If it's 2024 or a 2023 model or older, then we can either use this extension cable that comes with the updated eye kit or the Scary Skelly head, or if you don't have updated eyes, we just ignore the white cable coming out of the head turning mechanism completely.